Well, this is it, the kickoff of the Kevin and Casey podcast.
Woo!
Yoo-hoo!
I'm excited.
Of course. Now, if you don't know, I have Casey in on a regular basis. Casey Cloak from Lake Area Chamber of Commerce. Kevin Hilly from 1019 The Wave. And I have Casey in once a month under her title as Chamber Director.
Correct.
But I have so much fun with her.
I know, I do too.
I go, we got to do this more
We have a
often.
blast.
So, are you nervous?
A little bit.
Oh,
I'm not going to
good.
lie. But I'm glad you can censor.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I
We'll
won't.
edit.
See, just because it's recorded, she assumes I'm going to,
I hope so. We'll see. This may be the only podcast that exists of Kevin and Casey. We'll see.
Yeah, the first and only Kevin and Casey.
Right.
Hey, just by the way, if you ever want to comment, we actually have our own dedicated phone number.
I'm so excited.
I
It's
know.
Like official.
The phone gods have smiled on us. So it's 856-318-9873. If you ever just want to check in and talk about something we commented on or react or respond or yell angrily at us or whatever.
No. I get that enough. No, I'm teasing.
Casey's very
Just
sensitive.
teasing.
She can't handle that.
Very
but
sensitive.
There you go. 856-318-9873. Or you can shoot an email if you'd like. Kevin and Casey at kevinhilly.com.
I'd be
So
intrigued to see what comes in now. We'll see.
you might be careful what you ask
That's
for.
right.
You may.
We don't have to read them all.
No,
out loud,
we
so
don't.
We will filter.
We don't. But,
I'm talking
you know.
to my family especially.
Oh, I can't wait. One of these days we'll get her family in here.
Oh my! You've
God.
already stirred it up when we had the whole
I know.
siblings day.
Sibling,
you know?
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think we kind of pulled a bandage off the scab there a little
We
bit.
did.
you
We
know?
did a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Did any of them respond to you?
Oh yeah.
As a result,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So have I made things worse now?
No, I think we're finally in the mend. We are finally. So let's not bring up siblings
we've
for at
healed
least
the
another
rift.
2 years.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, we were talking about Kim Jong-un,
Oh gosh, yes.
the dictator
Yes.
of North Korea. The guy's a lunatic. We already know that.
Of course,
you know.
yes,
But
yes.
he is now ordered, supposedly, and I think this is a true story.
It has to be. It was on Fox News.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
Hello,
had to.
fair and
I
balanced.
did check the website though. I'm like, okay, let's make sure this isn't like one of those made up media.
No,
but it really is on a legit
Does
news.
seem legitimate that
Yes.
he has ordered every one of his citizens. See, they have a severe hunger and agriculture problem there. Okay, I mean, it's a nation of
Sure.
starving people,
Right.
and he lives this opulent lifestyle, and his people are starving. So they've ordered every one of their people to produce 200 pounds of manure every day. Each person,
Yeah, I don't know
200
how that-
pounds.
I don't know how that's possible. I really just don't.
It's not.
I tell you, reading this last night, Kevin,
Yeah.
I was trying to wrap my mind around it. And honestly, I was even thinking about transportation. Like, how do you deliver that?
You have to-
It takes dump stations to a whole new level. I mean, I just don't get it. I
How-
can't imagine.
Okay, first of all, even if you could produce that much, okay, which you can't. It's
No,
a
no.
physical impossibility.
Right.
But let's just let our minds wander from even if you could. First of all, and I don't want to be too graphic here, but where are you going to make that happen?
I don't know.
Your
I don't
standard
really want to know, really. Yeah, you don't,
toilet.
You don't need the restroom anymore. Or I guess you do, but you don't need the water. What do you do? To put a Walmart sack in the toilet and just like I said, my imagination really
I
did
know.
get carried away a little bit with this one, and then I just got so grossed out. I'm like, I gotta stop.
And
I
it
gotta stop
goes
thinking
it
about
goes
this.
on to say that if they can't fulfill that quota,
Yeah, they have to buy other poop.
600, they have to buy poop. You go into your local Target and
I
say,
don't get
I
it.
don't know, you know.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's or compost or animal
Right.
whatever.
Could be animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so then what? You have to buy a horse, and then you have to feed the horse just to produce the poo. You know, I don't get it.
It boggles
I
my
tell you where
mind.
they need to hit up. They need to hit up the daycares and clean out the diapers. See, I'm just thinking of all the diapers
This
I
is
changed lately now with the baby, and really,
This is the cottage industry that Casey has just come up with. I'm telling you.
There you go. There's
Well,
the
yeah,
manure.
I mean, you think about it. It is a business opportunity. If you're the folks at Metamucil, come on, you.
oh
you
yeah,
build a new
They're-
plant
yeah,
there.
they're- Yeah,
You're-
the bells are ringing. For
You're
them.
ready to
That's
roll.
For sure. That's for sure.
Ay, ay, ay. Kim Jong Un, unbelievable.
Gotta love it. You know what? We'll chalk it up to pure entertainment with him. Yeah, that's what he's going to provide to us.
I wonder if President Trump, the next summit, if he's even going to bring that up. You think he pulls him aside and says, "Hey, listen, I saw this story. Is is this for real?
First of all, I love your Trump impersonation.
That's not you. That's terrible.
I think it was a little more Ronald Reagan, but
I
that's
know.
okay.
Well, no, the best one I could do is Bill Clinton.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
it.
There you go.
I'm telling you right now, this is my best Bill Clinton. But
That's
see,
pretty
he hasn't
good.
been president in like 20 years, so you know,
I
it's
know.
at one time it was very timely.
I bet it was.
Okay, but yeah. So
away.
I don't know. And then we also there is a guy, you know, the whole thing with emotional support animals.
Yes.
It's a very big
Yes.
thing. People
Oh,
have
yeah.
dogs and cats and
Absolutely.
I guess ferrets, maybe whatever.
Ferrets, okay.
You know, so
Okay, yeah.
and the whole idea of an emotional support animal is, you know, if you have anxiety,
Sure.
you have the animal
You know,
with you. And
if my dog's not on my last nerve, sometimes she provides support to me.
Right.
For instance, you know, when the house is quiet at night and, you know, she just kind of puts her head on your lap.
Right,
and
right.
You pet and we both kind of just sighs. Okay, yeah, that's relaxing.
right,
Yeah,
but she's
sure.
not a licensed emotional
but I
support.
have seen some really cute support dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think people just say that just so they can take their cute
I
little
think
doggy shopping
that
with
is a
them,
problem.
but,
That
you
is a
know,
problem.
yeah,
Airlines are dealing with this now.
Oh, I can imagine.
The mini horses. Have you seen that?
No, but
Pe-
you know, I think I would have fun with that. That would make me happy.
You want to be a
Somebody
passenger
else feeds
sitting
it.
next to the guy with the
Yeah,
mini
no,
horse
no, thank you.
on the flight?
No, especially if they're starting to collect the poo. For,
I'm telling you, see, it's a flight to North Korea. There's the mini. See, it all ties together.
It does, yeah.
I'm telling you. No, but now there's a guy in Pennsylvania has an emotional support alligator.
I saw that.
And
I don't get that one bit.
He says, let me see. I have it right here. He says that this alligator is a well, it likes to hug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They hug and they wrestle.
They hug
I'm
and
like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would never. Oh, when he talks about, he takes them to senior centers. You know how you
Yeah.
know some of the dog shelters will show up at the senior center.
Yes,
for
yes.
Citizens to pet and
Yes.
dogs. Okay.
Right.
Not an alligator.
No,
Can you
yeah,
imagine?
well,
First-
maybe there's some twisted person at a senior center.
Yeah. I just laughed out loud when I read that they wrestle and hug, and and he's like, and the term you have to pull it up.
Joey Henney is his name. His alligator, by the way, his name is Wally. Remember Wally Gator, the old cartoon?
Wally Gator is the swinging alligator in the swamp.
Oh, he talks like that. Huh? So that's probably what he's about 5 feet long. And this guy says he received approval from his doctor to use Wally. So there was a doctor
I can't believe that. That's
who
just
signed
crazy.
off on this.
That's crazy.
And I guess by law, he's allowed to take
Well,
it
and it's
into
so
the airport.
interesting. And it's funny because the story, I don't know if you're reading the same one that I read.
Right.
You would expect that this would be someone from like Florida. You know, but he's in Pennsylvania.
He's in
How in the
Pensyl-
world did you come up with an alligator? But I guess he rescued him in Florida. Though.
Yeah,
He did.
it's
And
probably
then
not hard to find
Further
one.
in the story, it talks about how big he can grow.
Yeah,
to
is he
be.
done
And I'm thinking,
growing?
No.
Oh my
no, I know. I'm
gosh.
like, I can't imagine. You know, how do you fit him in the car? You have to buy a bigger car.
Again, I take you back to the airlines. What if you're sitting on the plane and here comes this dude with his
an alligator.
support alligator? Are you going to sit next to him?
I'm sorry, but this is just something's about to go wrong at some point with this. Something it can't end well.
I
It can't. It may be fine for another year or so, but something bad is going to happen.
Well, he says he doesn't want to. He has this alligator to prevent him from having to take medication
Sure.
for his emotional
For the anxiety. Yeah.
anxiety.
Or the-
Yeah. So the alligator is
you know, he may be soothed, but everybody else around him is going to have to start popping pills.
Maybe.
Because they're going to be so stressed out that there's a flipping alligator right
Maybe-
next to him.
maybe they go.
Gosh.
Maybe they go through the airport and he can disguise the alligator as luggage. What do you?
There you
He says
go.
right under his
But-
arms.
the-
No, this is luggage. It's fine. It's totally fine. There is a woman. Now, I don't know. Have you ever had this fear? There are people who are afraid of going in elevators. I love elevators personally.
Okay.
People have a fear of being stuck in an elevator.
Sure.
Can you imagine being stuck in an elevator for an entire weekend?
An entire weekend? No.
It happened
No.
last week. A housekeeper who works at a billionaire's Upper East Side townhouse in New York.
Okay.
She got trapped in its elevator. She spent the whole weekend inside before she was rescued. She was rescued when a courier went to the home to make a delivery on Monday morning. So here she is
my.
on Friday
Uh-huh.
into
Isn't she not
Saturday.
getting ready to start her weekend, just like a
Yeah,
lot of us?
exactly.
Yeah.
And
it's-
and this courier found no one home, and he called the owners. They sent their daughter, and she realized the worker was trapped inside this broken down elevator. She called 911,
poor thing.
and they got her out. But,
Wow.
You know, now
No,
you have the obvious question that I do. It's all weekend.
Where
Come
was
on.
her phone?
No.
No.
Tells you where my mind goes, But where was her phone? Although that is
No,
good.
you
My
know.
wife got caught in the elevator once.
Did she?
And she
Well, don't they have phones in them, or is that just
not
in the movies?
not the one she was in.
Okay,
Yeah. No,
okay.
I think the fancy ones do. Yeah.
Okay, I just remember, in the
Yeah.
movies, sometimes they get stuck. You open the little box and there's a phone.
No,
or there's an emergency button.
Last
isn't
year,
there?
my wife was stuck in an elevator at the condo, and she went on Facebook and she says, "I'm stuck in the elevator." And she
She went
said,
on Facebook instead of
Yeah,
calling for
well,
help.
she said they're on the way to,
Oh, okay.
to take care of it.
I would
But
hope
so
so.
while she's doing that, she puts that on. So my niece sends her a link for like games to play on her phone to keep her
that is
occupied.
funny. Oh, that's really
Insane.
funny. Hey, she's lucky she got service.
That's true.
Honestly.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
a little scary.
But what do you do if
do you
you're?
do?
You know how like
I mean, I would sleep. I know that. I don't have sleep anymore now that I have
Well,
the baby, but I would sleep.
the obvious, you take the
So actually, a
take
weekend in an
advantage of the
elevator.
opportunity.
This is not sounding too bad,
This is-
really.
we could stretch this to Tuesday or Wednesday if we need to. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
You come back in another day.
The thing that I'm seriously wondering, Casey, is okay. I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
She's in there all weekend long. Nature calls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, do you just pick a random corner?
I mean, honestly, that thought came to my mind. I just didn't want to say it.
It had to
over
happen.
The interview here.
it had to, nobody's going to hold it all
you
weekend
cannot-
long. This
no, you
this
can't go
poor
that long.
woman. I mean, I feel for her.
So
but-
then it is a matter of So you have to kind of turn that whole elevator into your temporary living. So
This'll
this
be
is the
the-
corner for
this is the living room
that. Yeah,
here.
this is where I'll sleep.
If I had a big screen
Make sure
TV,
it's not
I'd put it
slanted so
right
nothing
there.
comes running
That's
into the sleep.
true.
I mean, see,
See?
yeah.
This is where your geometry comes
This
into.
is where my OCD would be really, really bad. Really bad. So
I don't
that's
know.
Interesting.
They-
I would have to, yeah.
They
okay.
said she was rescued and taken to the hospital, and
Probably dehydrated, I'm sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I
2
think
days?
I think you can
That's
go
fine. Well,
4
3.
days without water. I think so.
Right. Well, so she, I would say just a little dehydrated. Maybe
Probably.
not
Yeah.
severely dehydrated.
Maybe she had a
but-
bottle of water with her.
Hey, that
working.
would've
Who
been
knows?
nice.
Who knows?
Or maybe a Snickers bar.
I don't know.
Because,
But, well, you know how. Because
he gets
Snickers,
crabby, you know?
really,
You see
You're
those
not you.
commercials? Yeah, you're not
when
you.
you're
Yeah,
hungry,
that's right.
you're
Angry.
trapped in an elevator.
You're hangry.
When
Yeah.
you're hungry, you're hangry. That's right.
I
But
carry a Snicker bars just because of that. Just for that.
good tip. If you're ever stuck in an elevator, make sure you have a Snickers bar with
You're
you.
with me, you better.
Because Casey will bite your head off. I'm telling.
right.
But in TV and movies, whenever that happens, like people are in an elevator, what do they do?
They open the top shaft and climb up.
So
And,
cool.
yeah, exactly.
There's like
Or
a
they
hole in
pry
the-
the doors open, and then they're always like halfway up.
Like
the
halfway,
floor.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they have to lift. Yeah.
There should be some things you can learn from TV and movies, but I guess this
I don't know
this
if I
woman,
would base my reality on Hollywood. though.
Marites Fortaleza, she's
Poor
53
thing.
years old, so she's
Poor
probably
thing.
young enough that she could.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Broken
I don't
down.
know. The question is, at what point do you start trying to escape? The first couple hours, I'd say, well, eventually somebody's going to come find me. Maybe.
That's like the
Or
real.
did she know? Like as soon as the elevator stopped, was she like, "Oh, I'm in big trouble"?
Well, she was between the second and third floor, so she wasn't. It wasn't like she was up on the 12th or 15th floor. But I mean,
but
if
just
she
being
had,
stuck in general.
No,
I mean,
it's
so
true.
if
That's
nobody,
true.
if she knew nobody was going to be around that building for the weekend, so did
Yeah.
she know the moment it stopped working? She's like, "Oh, there
That's-
goes my weekend."
that's
Or
a-
was she hopeful? The first couple hours thinking
good
somebody was going
point.
to come to the rescue, and at what point did she give up and just say, "Okay"?
that's a real sad reflection on your life, though, that nobody comes looking for you until
Yeah.
like Monday.
Right.
I mean, it's-
honestly, no, that's true.
We need to get
Like,
this woman
maybe
some
this
friends
is
or
the search
family or-
party. Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
My husband would go probably 2 hours, and then as soon as there was a dirty diaper, he would be calling in the troops and find my wife. Find her. I know it.
It's
I
like
know
after
it.
a couple of days, he finally realizes, oh, you got a haircut. Oh, hey, did you get a haircut?
Ah,
you know
what though? I'm terrible at that. I am. He notices mine more than I do.
Really?
Yeah.
See, my wife
And
just
just-
got a haircut.
Yeah.
But I knew she was getting it done. So I was ready with the
That's
compliment
the important thing.
when she came home.
Listen
Yeah.
when she's mentioning, I've got
That's
a hair
right.
appointment this day or that. Whether you truly notice the difference, it's just learning to listen.
I saw Ray Romano, one of my favorite comedians.
love him.
He said,
I love Ray.
He said, you know what? You can't win with that, guys. He says, so just to be on the safe side, every 3 days I compliment my wife's hair. Just to be.
That's good.
Just
That's
the-
really good. Or change it up.
Yeah.
Your makeup looks great today. Or I love that outfit.
I know
Whether
she'd be
you
onto
do or
that.
You don't.
She'd be onto that.
Yeah.
He's like, she'd be like, "What's up with you? Why
Yeah,
the
what did
compliment?"
you do?
It's like
Or
buying
what are you getting
flowers
ready
or
to do?
or something. What did
Yes.
you do wrong?
You know what? My husband, he just sent this huge bouquet on Monday.
Uh-oh.
First of all,
dude.
it was my birthday though. That's why. But
well,
that's what all
okay.
the girls ask in the office.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that from? And I'm like, well, I hope my husband. I look at the card, not signed. I'm like, well,
But if it's not from him, it's still very nice.
It is. And then they're like, well, what did he do next? That's always the question. Why do I'm sorry, men, if you're listening, you can send your girl flowers.
Okay.
And you don't have to do anything wrong.
I already see a new feature for the podcast, Men's Advice from Casey.
Yes.
Okay, we might have to turn this
How
into
long
something.
is this podcast?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
That's right.
We're about 15 minutes into it now.
That's too funny.
But
But it's true though.
Yeah.
That's the first question that came out of everybody. What'd he do? What'd your husband do?
we can't win, man. I'm telling you.
No.
See, if you try to do something, okay, I'm speaking for the gentleman now. If you try to do something nice, what'd you do?
Yep.
If you don't do anything, it's like, you never think of me. You never
That's
do
true.
anything nice.
So that's why you got to be sporadic. No special rhyme or reason.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneous. That's the word I was trying to. That's sporadic. Same difference.
You need to
Same
be
difference.
sporadic. Oh, I'm sporadic. I'm plenty
That's what
sporadic,
surprises me.
Casey.
But just do
good.
things just to do it. Then we'll change the whole perception of what'd you do wrong. Just send flowers all the time.
By the way, I was going to I was going to start the podcast with some sort of big sort of Hollywood glitzy open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything, so it just
I can't imagine.
big theme song, big leg kick numbers, the Rockettes.
I was, like a Dick Van Dyke entry.
No, because then I have to trip over the sofa.
I was just saying, normally that's me tripping though, honestly, Kevin. So I'm the klutz in the group. I hope.
Great.
Hopefully it's just me.
I'm gonna
If it's
give
both of us. We're in big
No,
trouble.
no, I think we're not. All right. Well, I think we're going to call that a wrap on
It was fun.
the very
It was
first
one.
podcast, the Kevin and Casey podcast.
And if we have no calls in, then we'll know that we were completely off the ball here.
we
and
may
we'll just
not.
give up.
But speaking of which, here's the phone number. Once again, if you want to comment, you want to react, say something, question, whatever it is, there's a phone number for you to call, 856-318-9873. Now, know that when you call that number, you leave the message, your voice may end up on the podcast, just so you know. We may use it
Good to know.
if it's interesting enough.
So I can't call unless I describe.
Uh-huh.
I'll change my voice.
Hi, this is Maxine.
That's right. That's right. I'll come up with
I just want to say that Casey is really wonderful. I can't believe she's worked with that
beautiful.
that idiot. Who's that other nitwit with her?
I don't. So, and you can also email if you'd like. It's Kevin and Casey at kevinhilly.com.
Now, is the and...
You can throw an
Spelled out.
and symbol if you want. But
Kevin and.
I prefer AND because and symbols sort of.
No, I'm just thinking for the email. It's Kevin and A-N-D, K-C.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
It's K-C, not C-A-S-E-Y. It's the two letters, K-C.
Yeah. But
Well, I'm just-
odds are it'll make it to me anyway.
That's true.
I have it configured that you could pretty much do big duty head at kevinhilly.com. It'll probably make it.
Sweet.
Don't
All
do
right.
that.
So if you get an email in, you did it.
There you go.
Big
Kevin
duty head.
and Casey at kevinhilly.com. Casey, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Right.
I always have fun with you each month
Absolutely.
when we come on, and it's kind of neat. I've always got so much to talk about.
Good.
with
I
the
love that.
community and the chamber. So now this time we get to kind of go outside of our box.
Absolutely.
And talk about alligators and poo.
And which,
So you know
Come
what?
on, who
If you're
doesn't love
listening
that?
out there, keep it interesting for us.
Absolutely.
Give us something to talk
you
about.
ever want to bring up something, throw it out as a possible topic, and you never know, we might talk about
We
it.
may.
All right.
If it's good enough.
That is the first ever Kevin and Casey podcast.
Signing off.
Signing-
That was fun. I don't know.
Signing
What do you say when
off?
you end? What do you say when you
What are
end?
we, air traffic control here?
Yeah,
Over now.
Yeah, United 4-1 over. You are clear for landing.
How do you end it?
That's it. You just
Ba-dum-boom.
did.